Welcome
What's up,
back.
chat?
Welcome back. We have everything
Guys.
prepared and ready.
Guys, I have something to blame you guys for. Sometimes when I'm in class and I'm like talking or whatever in classes, sometimes I say chat. And I don't say chat, but it's like I almost say chat. It's so close sometimes.
You've never
And it's
said
bad.
chat in a class? You've never?
I am trying to think. It's 100% a possibility I've said it like and didn't even. I don't think so, but I definitely like if I'm answering a question, like I go into like streamer mode. Like it's just I feel like you can appreciate that, Feinberg. Like I feel like you do you
Yeah,
feel like you do that?
I
I don't know.
understand.
Maybe I'm just weird. Maybe I'm just
I
weird.
understand it. I understand it. I don't think it's
don't know.
a you specific thing. I don't think it's your fault. Is what it is.
Yeah, anyways. That would have been really bad. I don't think I've said it now that I think of it, but I remember recently I was like doing a presentation, I like almost said it once. It was bad. It was really bad.
That's
I
okay.
caught myself.
We, like I said, have everything ready for our last match of the day. Determines who goes on to face Low Key tomorrow. Not sure if either of these winners are looking forward to that, Nerdy, but they are playing to give themselves a chance to play Low Key tomorrow. And again, even if you lose in the semifinals tomorrow, you get to play the third place match. You get to play for some money still. So definitely better to win this match than it is to lose. And I think we're going to be able to get some more thoughts, Nerdy. We do have an exclusive player interview with Vstrid. So we're going to throw it over to that, see what their thoughts are on this quarterfinals match, how they've been doing in the playoffs, all that jazz. And we'll be back here when that's done.
Hi, I'm Vstrid or Strid, and I'm a 19-year-old runner from Sweden. Before MCSR, I used to be a PvP player, and I got into speedrunning Minecraft in May of 2020 when I watched one of Benix's 1.14 world records, but I didn't really do runs until early 2021, and I've been playing ever since then. I learned from last season's playoffs to be more aware of good terrain and to build some good habits like front-loading blocks in the overworld, crafting a blaze bed before entering the fortress, drinking fire res after measuring ice, especially the fire res considering that's how I went out last time when I played against hacking noises. Honestly, I was kinda scared to play against Raul in my first match, because he beat me in a lot of our matches during the regular season. The thing I was most focused on during our match was just being able to keep up with his pace and making as few mistakes as I possibly could, which really seemed to help a lot in the end. I feel a lot more comfortable now that we're in the quarterfinals, because it's a best of 5 format, but playing against Automatt will definitely be challenging for sure. He's made it into every previous season playoffs, which I think really says a lot about his consistency as a player and opponent. I'm excited to play against him though, and as long as I lock in and focus on playing fast, I think I can take the win.
That was
Very
clutch.
nice, very nice.
The emo farm
Of course.
saved the copy pasta. That was good.
I literally did this like a few minutes ago, so I cannot judge the emote farm. I have to
You can't.
respect it. You know,
It's a
embrace
part.
the
It's a
emote
part of
farm.
life. It's a part of how it works. Not your fault at all. But some good emo farm. Very nice interview. And I mean, yeah, I mean, Vstrid was able to send Raul home, and I think they can do the same thing against Automatt. Just honestly depends on who's going to be playing more consistent. But I'm very interested in looking at our player cards, Nerdy. See some stats on these players.
Let's see it. I'm predicting
Who's
no
got the better
matches against each
average?
other. Let's see. I'm totally wrong. That's like the most matches we've seen.
13.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I was
And
hoping.
Automatt,
For some reason, I was hoping.
one of the players that plays, the least amount of ranked. I mean, this season more than the others, but Nerdy, not crazy stats here, but I do have the season 5 updated stats, I should say.
Okay.
And Automatt has only played, it looks like, 30 games in season 5, but he's got a 1047 average, which I think is the best average that we've seen all day. With a 62% win rate. Again, not that many matches. Currently 8th place on the season 5 leaderboard. Let's throw a Vstrid player card. See what their average time win percentage is here as well. Basically the exact same average time win percentage, a decent amount worse, but look at the amount of matches played, nearly almost 1,300. So I guess it makes sense that they've played a lot of matches together. If Vstrid is always queuing up, but if I'm looking at Vstrid season 5 stats, they have an 1143 average. So Automatt has dropped his average significantly. Again, it's not that many matches. It looks like only 15 completions are counting towards this average, but that's not a bad sample size. Sub 11 off of 15 completions, and recent completions as well. Season 5 games only. I think Automat's getting more comfortable with ranked potentially. Not really playing it that much season 1, 2, and 3, but I've seen him streaming it a lot more. I've seen him playing it a lot more. I think Automatt is gonna take this, Nerdy. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I agree with your pick.
Okay.
Based on the stats,
we'll
based on what I
see.
see. Yeah.
We'll see. I think we both picked Ral to win the previous one, and Vstrid had the upset, right? So
That is true.
Vstrid's proven us wrong in the past. You know what I mean? So I mean, you never know. I feel like it could go either way.
Very true. Very true. No BT ban, Nerdy. These runners are warming up a little bit to the buried treasure. We're gonna see it in either seed 2 or seed 3. Interesting stuff. What do you think about the bans? What do you think about the pick?
Yeah, I mean, we see the village ban, which is interesting. I feel like village is. We don't see village bans very often. I feel like that one usually just I don't know. I'm trying to think, but yeah, unless I don't know. I'm trying to think. Now that I'm thinking, I feel like village bans are kind of unusual to some extent. Rune portal ban I think does make sense. Again, it's like kind of banning the. I don't know. It's kind of the high rolly aspect of rune portals. Kind of playing for the super speedy times aren't always. I don't know. I mean, obviously they have the highest potential, but they also can have like no food and like you get like barely enough iron, and then you have to kill a bunch of animals for food and stuff. So I just feel like it's less consistent than something like some of the other options. And we picked Desert Temple though, which is a little interesting. I guess just trying to slow down, make a very decision making heavy overworld.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
that's where Automatt
it's
feels
just something
comfortable.
that gives you the most amount of variance. I feel like in how the
Yeah.
seeds are playing, things like that. But we're in our Desert Temple overworld. Both runners do see it. Classic AA spawn, perhaps here. Got a Acacia Village in the background as well, but not what the runners are really been going for. They see the lava pool to the left, maybe some flint ahead of them in that river, but I'm not sure where you're getting the food, Nerdy. So maybe extending out to the village could be the play. Unclear. Not sure if there are passive bombs that I missed. Automatt, Temple Creeper, handles it though. Kills the skeleton with it as well. Same thing with Vstrid, but they both have enough iron. Not a problem there. But potentially scary. We've had one scary Temple Creeper already today. Let's see how these runners decide to play. It looks like a closer lava pool. I could see them. 3 lava pools are on our screen here. Could just play off of this one tree. Maybe Vstrid plays this one tree and instantly enters, but it looks like Automatt is running a little closer to this village. I don't know, Nerdy, if you think it's worth it to grab that food at the village. I don't know.
Yeah,
but Automatt's
sure.
heading forward, it looks like. I mean, I don't think he's going to be that behind it in the seed. And I think it's just going to be the right play. Vstrid going like almost a similar distance out of their way to get. I guess it's a better food source, but look how annoying getting this cow is. Like, you could have punched 5 hay bales in that time, and I would take 15 hay bale or 15 bread over 3 steak. I don't know if the food play is that correct, but Automatt is very committing to this village. Like he he's killing the golem for some reason. I think made an iron shovel and shears, but the shears play honestly makes no sense because you have TNT. I don't know. Honestly, it looks like a sloppy overworld maybe from both players. Automat maybe missing a bucket, maybe miscrafted. That's true. Shears is a bucket miscraft. Maybe it wasn't on purpose. But they're still entering at very similar times, even though a little bit of mistakes, I think, for both players. And Vstrid's got good food source, 8 steak. Potentially not, infinite. 26 bread will go farther, but it will heal you slower, which is potentially annoying in some clutch situations, but we'll have to see.
I do find it funny that Automat is playing on the alt account because he got banned or whatever. That is funny to me.
I think his account got hacked or something.
Or got hacked.
I don't think,
Okay, well
got,
now I feel bad. Now I feel bad.
I don't think he got
I
banned from ranked.
I thought it was something
and would
silly.
still be playing.
Okay, you know what? It's a good point. I thought that it was something silly, but it's just funny that I don't know. You know what? Now I look like a jerk. God dang it! I take it back. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I take it back. It threw me off for a second. Is all I was trying to say because I saw that and I was just very confused for a brief moment and that's all. That's all, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I my bad.
Maybe
Automat, please
it
forgive
is
me.
okay. Both these runners TNTing the chalice. Automat, okay, so he pre-made a bridge here. Okay, I was very confused as to why he was aggroing the gold block there, but that was fine. Vstrid, Donkey Kong route, Enjoyer. How many pigs we're gonna get here? Heading over to this triple. Automat trading at the right triple. Feels like Automat maybe almost has more pigs, but they're coming in for Vstrid as well. Yeah, 3 more there on the side, so
Wow.
the power of Donkey Kong around Vstrid freeing up 2 more pigs as well, so Vstrid definitely has more now. If Automat did it earlier, not anymore. And the fort very visible from this bastion, so whoever gets out of this nether or out of the bastion first will be in the fort first. Oh my God, Automat's in a straight hole. He's fine. Get some gravel, put it on your ceiling. You don't need to pearl out. I guess he's just chilling in here. I guess it really doesn't matter that he's in the trade hole with the piglins. Threw 2 pearls there, Nerdy, and both of them, there's the gravel. Threw 2 pearls to try to get out just there, and both of them hit the wall, and he instantly fell back in. So Automat having a lot of struggles there with leaving his trading hole. Very unique situation, but he's good. And might be at the fort first. Oh my God, look at the strays. Vstrid threw a couple bad pearls. Vstrid, oh, look at the strays as well. Wow. This is going to be a high skill fort, Nerdy. Can you look? Oh my God, look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
1 heart.
There's
1
no
heart.
way.
It's clutchable. Gets the fire res off, and the steak's going to heal very fast. Compared to if this was bread, it'd be a much rougher situation, but high skill fort, have to deal with the strays, have to take as little damage as possible, keep the pace of killing the blazes up. Vstrid has just a couple more regular skeletons, which are significantly the most annoying mob, as you can't really bait their pathfinding like you can wither skeletons, and they are ranged, so it's just very, very annoying.
Brutal.
With Vstrid handling it, Automat handling it, 5 routes for Automat, 4 for Vstrid, more strays up here for Vstrid.
Very well played.
5 blazes on the screen right now.
I'm very impressed by both these runners.
Yeah, I mean a lot of RNG and how these strays work out. Like Vstrid having a lot of skeletons, Automat having 0, but a lot of skill in how you handle the strays. 6th rod for Vstrid. So
Vstrid
Vstrid must
gets
have
6
lost.
first.
I think Vstrid must have lost a rod. If an eye breaks, could potentially be bad for them.
Oh my god, the Wither Skeleton's head is in the way. That's hilarious. And we were blinding out.
Yes. The strays are standardized in the sense that you will get the same mobs like spawning order, but they can't standardize where they spawn. So Vstrid had these skeletons, you know, in where they were having a fight. Maybe Automatt skeletons were more buried in the fort or things like that. But doesn't really matter. Very close second portal. 500 for Automatt. I feel like even closer for Vstrid. Already digging, already one by one sprint crawling
Wow.
to the second portal chords, and it's so close that this time that Automat's wasting trying to grab the eye is just so bad, and he can't find it. He can't find the eye. He has to get another rod. But it must have broke for Vstrid too, because Vstrid has 11. Maybe I'm just maybe I'm totally missed it. I'm bugging out.
Oh. Gets hit by a Wither Skeleton.
Yeah.
Trying to clutch up. Meanwhile, Vstrid not immediately able to find the portal room, but we'll check down
Should be close
top
here.
left.
Got a good direction middle. Yep, there it is. And doesn't have anything pre-crafted, but Automat's so far behind. Vstrid, a lot of blocks, a lot of explosives. 6 and 4. Iron Bar's pre-crafted as well. Has some steak as well for healing. Off of Pro Clip. Ooh, this is very annoying though. What zero cycle are we doing? Back. They're gonna go for it. And get to 95. It's gonna be close potentially. Extending 91. Not getting to 95. Would have potentially maybe gotten there, but going to 91, extending out for no crystal break. The dragon's not gonna fly. This might be a 1-0 lead for Vstrid. Gonna be weird though,
I mean,
Nerdy.
it's looking great.
This anchor breaks the crystal, but it's gonna do more than like 2 damage, so it's fine. Endermite. Oh, we're good.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
Scaring me a
not
little bit,
Endermite. I
but
don't know
he's
what was.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the damage was there, but Vstrid winning the first seed. I mean, just pretty clean gameplay. I don't really know what Automat did that wrong. I'm trying to think. Like the strays were pretty similar. He messed around a little bit more in Overworld 2. And I guess just the
Yeah.
terrain to the fort, the bastion and fortress play there. Vstrid saving 45 seconds and then an additional 15 on eye spying as well. So a minute saved from the bastion to the stronghold for Vstrid, and that was all it was. That entire split. Everything else pretty similar.
I mean, it was just
Good.
very well played by Vstrid. You know, I feel like almost died, right? Almost died in the fort. So definitely some mistakes, like not like a flawless gameplay, so to speak, but was able to, you know, play composed, be okay, you know, heal up, go back into the fort, and end up winning the seed. So I feel like that is a really good sign for you know, tournament play, is if you can do things like that. And Vstrid just doing a very good job in the seed, and you know, I'm excited to see maybe we'll get another upset here.
100%. Definitely, I mean, looking like that being up 1-0. Get the shipwreck pick as opposed to the BT. I mean, again, two very similar overworld types. Shipwrecks are usually just more annoying, as there's no like TNT most of the time, potentially no good way to get blocks, could get bad food source. But it is interesting that Automat picks the shipwreck instead of the BT, and the BT isn't what's banned. Like, it's interesting to ban the room portal instead of the BT, because I feel like the room portal is such a consistent overworld that I would always kind of leave it in there as just a seed that I could go faster in the nether on. Because you're going to be so even with your opponent in these room portal overworlds. I feel like that might be the only ban that doesn't really make that much sense to me out of all 5 seeds. That's something that I wouldn't really ever ban. but
Yeah.
I could just I don't see the line, I guess. Maybe Automat is very uncomfortable with some of his portal completions or things like that.
That could be. That could totally be. Like I
Or
feel like
just yeah.
if you see someone do something that you just don't know, and you know that some of those rune portal like practice maps I see people do, like they're saving like 10 seconds or more. I feel like compared to like sort of intuitive strategies.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess a lot of ranked room portals do just let you finish with Obsidian, but there's obviously a reason why he banned it, so I don't know. But here's our glorious food in our shipwreck seed nerdy: 3 bread, a stew, and 21 rotten flesh. 10 iron only, so you can make shears. That's about it. Stone axe. Kind of annoying, but it's doable. And now it's more about finding that magma ravine. Because if you don't find the magma ravine and you waste a minute in the overworld, that's very hard to come back from. As opposed to other small mistakes you can make, like maybe miscrafting a tool or taking extra fall damage, throwing one bad pearl. Missing the magma ravine, you do need to get in the nether to beat the game. Unfortunately.
that is true. That is true. Unfortunately, I feel like the Nether is the best part of the of the run.
Well, it's unfortunate if you miss the magma ravine.
That is valid. That is undeniably true. As Vstrid seems to be a couple seconds ahead here.
Yeah, and sending this direction towards some kelp here. Not entirely sure if that's the right ravine, but it looks like Automat. I don't know if Automat's going the same way, honestly.
Well,
Vstrid just
Vstrid
finds a
finds something.
random lava pool, sure. Ghost water,
Forgets
but
the water.
that's fine. I mean, but this is just this is crazy time save though. Yeah, Vstrid a little bit confused there with the portal. But that's fine. Gets that flint down and Automat, look at this. Picks the shipwreck. It's not what's banned, and he just has no idea where he's entering. Now, granted, yes, did Vstrid find a lucky lava pool? Sure, but there's gonna be a ravine close. If Vstrid was headed towards kelp anyways. So Automat now, all of this time, just raw time loss. He's not gaining everything. Nothing's getting overlapped. Just needs to find a good ravine, and the ravine that he's going over looks okay. It's just so much time loss. He's already going to be a full split behind. Vstrid is going to be in the Bastion by the time he is in the Nether. Not good. If you are an Automat enjoyer, not good at all. Nothing crazy though, other than that, just a classic housing. I'm not sure if Vstrid saw the fort or not, but shouldn't really be a big issue here. More so the low food in the seed in general, nerdy, like we had in these other shipwreck seeds. 3 bread, shitty flesh, 1 shitty stew. Going to be able to manage their health very well in the seed, both the runners. It looks like Vstrid pyrating there, overlapping, and Automat still not at the Bastion. I don't know. I mean, must have potentially. Oh!
Oh, and Automat. Oh wow,
Wow!
clutches.
I think
Oof, that's still a lot of time
I think
lost,
he,
but
yeah, hit his head on like a 3-block ceiling, but that was an insane clutch.
there's a weird thing with boat clutching where I feel like you kind of just like stall in midair for a second when you hit
Yeah,
it.
I
You know what
don't,
I mean?
I don't really fully understand why it does that, but yeah, like you kind of freeze right above the boat for a bit, and then you kind of get like more time. I feel like to clutch it
Yeah,
out.
some. I think it's like the entity placing stops your momentum briefly, but then you gain it back or something. I don't even know. It's some confusing stuff.
Yeah, it always makes like more suspense, and it feels just like scarier, because you don't know if you're gonna like hit the
True.
clutch or not in that situation.
Like a roll. It's like a roller coaster. That's what I think.
Maybe you
My
love
take.
roller coasters.
I do. What can I say?
Vstrid heading to the fort though. Sub 5 Automatt mining the gold in the bastion, not even fully done trading yet. Just such a difference here in the pace, and it's just almost all due to this overworld. Automatt just couldn't pull together
Yep.
the ravine. It just wasn't possible. We'll see where Vstrid's going. I don't know if this was the way to the fort. Must have been because it's right there.
Yep. Right
Must
there.
have read that pyre a little bit wrong. Spectating. But Vstrid at the fort, and it's just there's so much time that Automat has to claw back. I don't know how he can do it. I think you almost have to hope for a Vstrid mistake somewhere, like a big mistake, a nav mistake, a death, a 0 failure. It's so much time that you're behind. It's just so rough. Vstrid finally finding the spawner. I mean, that's a little bit of time that Automat can make up if somehow there's some insane close spawner that he pyres, but these are both very far, so unless he approaches this fort from a different way, not looking good for Automat's chances. There's a blaze bed. Well done stuff from Vstrid this seed, Dirty. I don't think Automat catches up. I think Vstrid is gonna take this seed. I know it's a lot of the time too early to tell, but it's not even like this was a death. It was
He's
just
taking a
like,
full split up.
yeah, I don't know. I think
Well, we'll have to see.
it's been over a minute.
We've seen a lot of, 0 cycle chokes before. We've seen a lot of
Yes.
nav stalling, we'll
Yes.
say.
Yeah,
We've
there's
seen
still a lot of the seed left to play, for sure.
there's still cope, there's still hope, there's still a chance for Automat believers.
These rates starting to pick up. It was like 1 for 10, it feels like, and then 4 of these blazes in a row all drop. Six rods. Vstrid's gonna build their first portal. And Automat not even at a spawner yet. Been a full minute and a half, Nerdy, of time loss. It's so much time. Vstrid doesn't have the best food, but yeah. Let's see here how far away we are. Is that 2,000? Is that 1,000? I can't read. I'm not really good at reading. But Vstrid's gonna know. Can throw 2 pearls. Maybe if the rotten flesh heals you enough, you can throw 3. It's just so slow with getting those heals in that it's like so impossible. And Vstrid crafts everything they're gonna need: gold pick, iron bars, all the explosives. And is able to head to second portal chords. And look, they know in chat, Automat just got Blaze Art advancement into fire, so Vstrid knows that they're very ahead here.
Potentially play safer is what that means. But also, I feel like that could be a risky play too. If you play not too safe. Not too safe.
Yeah. Play too safe, you kind of get out of your comfort zone. You kind of you stop locking in. I was gonna say lock out. You kind of lock out, but that doesn't really make sense. Automat first portaling, not gonna go through it. Zone out is what you would say. Zone out is what you would say. Vstrid on 1 heart, but at chords it looks like, or at least close to it. Not entirely sure about the build up here. Maybe not as close to the chords as I thought. An Automat is about a first portal on 2 rods this time instead of 1. Look how far away this is for Vstrid though. Like, does Automat get a different stronghold maybe? Negative for Vstrid. Let's see if Automat's calculator shows up. Yeah, 2,200 or no? Maybe that is the same actually. That is the same stronghold. I'm sorry. They're at the same stronghold. 2275. Very unlucky. Not a nice blind for either runner, but they do have the same stronghold location. It is the same seed. So Vstrid knows that it's going to take Automatt at minimum, probably however long it took them to get to the stronghold. No snap. And it's scary too, Nerdy. It's very scary to throw an extra eye here. And it went down, see? But very, very scary because if this breaks, it breaks. Could need a one eye.
Ooh.
And it broke.
Ooh.
It's just scary, you know?
Ooh. Could that give Automatt the chance?
Not snapping. It's like a 1 in 4 for it to matter, 1 in 3. But yeah, like if it's zero eye, it's gonna be very slow for Vstrid to get an extra
Lots of creepers too.
oh, very slow for Vstrid to get an extra eye or rod. Like it'll be possible, obviously, but it's gonna just take forever.
I saw no clean spike also. Maybe it have something to do with the fact that they weren't
Mobs
able to
and blocks and stuff. Yeah, I did not see a clean spike either though. Looks like Automatt heading to second portal chords though. Vstrid has food. Library. Not there.
There's some scary stuff.
Middle, getting a good spike that way down middle. No light source. There it is, potentially.
Is that it? Is that it?
Yep,
That's
there
it.
it is. Is it a one eye at least? Oh,
Yes.
saved. Wow.
That could be game
Very
over.
saved for Vstrid. No punish for the zero eye.
Ooh,
Not going for the
zero.
though. Ground zero.
Oh, okay.
Has to shoot a crystal, box themselves in, and then the way this works, chat, is the dragon wants to fireball you, so it's going to fly above and above. As it's the only way to get an angle, and you just keep the dragon too high that it just can never fireball you at all. But it requires a lot of beds because the timing is weird. The dragon can also be weird and just fly away, and the aim is very, very precise. So most runners use their zoom macro to get a good position for the crosshair.
Okay.
But
wow,
this is the ground zero.
Wow, great damage.
Yeah, this is really good damage for ground zero, I feel like.
Oh my god, this is gonna be like a 5-bet.
6 bed.
Oh my god. Is that 6?
Six in ground zero is still very, 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 very impressive though.
That's very good.
Very, very impressive stuff. Vstrid takes the second seed. 2-0, saved Nerdy by no zero eye. Was saved by one eye, as you should say.
I mean, Vstrid is playing great right now. I don't know what to say. I mean, definitely a little lucky, but overall, I feel like just playing very well, and yeah, I'm excited to see if Automatt can claw this one back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that he's got to do, you know, like looking at the splits here, it maybe is just all about this overworld. Magma Ravine, 1 minute separating them in the nether enter, 1 minute separating them in the end enter. Basically, just kind of trading time save and time loss back and forth throughout the other splits, but that's what really sticks out to me, is in the first 3 minutes, Automatt was behind by 1. And then 12 minutes later, he was still only behind by 1. So that's what sticks out to me. I think Automatt's just got to lock in on those overworlds, maybe commit to just knowing what the better direction is before going. I don't know. But he's got to change something up. And we're going to send it over to Fulham in just a minute to let us know what Automatt has to change up, to let us know what we missed, any tech, things like that. And we'll be ready for Fulham in just a second. He is gathering over some clips as we speak. And it looks like he is ready. So we're going to go throw it over to Fulham. We'll see you guys back here after the analysis segment.
Welcome in, chatters. It is our final matchup of the day, Automatt versus Vstrid. A very, very cool matchup, and grateful to have an interview just before this as well. Thank you to Vstrid for that, and thank you to our editors for doing that. I'm going to go through a few things. However, there's really not a bunch to really go over. I feel like Vstrid has been playing this very clean, and Matt has made a few, very few, but quite substantial mistakes. So we're going to go through the very, very first one in seed number 1, whereby I believe this may just be a small crafting issue. It does happen. That's exactly what, you know, this is the sort of thing that happens with nerves. But as you can see, with 7 iron, we want to be able to make a pickaxe, shovel, and then a bucket. But sadly, a misclick. Even though it was clear that you tried to build the bucket pattern, the final iron did not place, meaning that we shift-click the shears into our inventory, losing us about 25 to 30, maybe even 40 seconds, forcing us to kill the golem rather than being able to enter the nether early. This already put Matt behind in seed number 1, and he found it very difficult to come back. But one thing that I heard that the commentators didn't really mention was the fact that Vstrid strays, although they had 1 or 2 skeletons, which were definitely more annoying than wither skeletons, the sheer number of blazes and the lack of wither skeletons was absolutely insane. Vstrid, I believe, got 12 strays of 12 stray blazes, 2 skeletons, and 2 wither skeletons. It was absolutely unfathomable numbers of blazes. Of course, now this was mostly just due to, I think, a little bit of RNG in the ordering of where these strays spawned. Maybe it meant that the wither skeletons spawned a little bit further away or in more difficult situations. But you can just see the sheer number of blazes. You see more popping up on the left and the right here as well. Just all around. Of course, using the render distance manipulation effectively, as well as also, you know, building to be able to knock off these wither skeletons. But the number of blazes was unreal, allowing them to take the seed after saving around about 1 minute in that fortress over Automatt. Now in seed 2, we can really pinpoint where that time loss was when we look at the splits. As Feinberg was saying, right at the end of that seed, the majority of the time loss was in the overworld, losing 1 minute out of the first 3. However, something that obviously the commentators did see was this amazing boat clutch by Matt. I don't really understand why the boat clutch had to come out. As you can see, it's almost like there's some lag as he jumps. He doesn't hit his head on anything. Instead, he like freezes in midair and gets teleported on the spot, meaning he can't make this jump. So, gratefully, he doesn't die to this. He's able to clutch out, which is really impressive. But nonetheless, he does fall down a maybe 30 block hole, which does lose time just by pillaring back up, but also loses blocks as well, which are very helpful to traverse terrain to get towards the bastion. This definitely lost him quite a bit of time that wasn't mentioned as frequently. And then, although this didn't end up mattering too much, this is the sort of way that Matt can come back, I believe, in this. Small mistakes from Vstrid have been few and far between, but we have seen them. And they've been very close. In seed number 1, Vstrid got down to around 1 heart in the fortress and survived. In this one, they got an eye break after missing the stronghold, but had the 1 eye. It's like they've been very close to not only making a mistake, but making a run-changing mistake. But both times they've been able to find a way to make it work. In the next seeds, if they don't have that luck or skill to be able to do that more frequently, it could spell disaster, and we could see a little bit of a reverse sweep for Matt. I think he has got the ability to do so. Of course, I believe Vstrid definitely has the ability to take this to a 3-0. This has been a very, very interesting match. If this is the final time you see me today, I'm very grateful for you all sticking around, watching until the end. But if it does go to a Game 5, I will see you for that. I'm very excited to watch this final seed, and I will see you all very shortly, sending you back to Nerdy and Feinberg right now.
Thank you, Fulham. You know, I hope it's not the last to see of Fulham. Game 5s are always awesome, but Nerdy, there have been no Game 5s so far today. It's been 3-0s or 3-1s all day. So
That is true. That is true.
Don't
And,
know.
you know,
What are you gonna say?
I
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's hard. I mean, a 5-game series is hard because right, you really need that back and forth action. And so far, fortunately, we're not really getting that. Vstrid's kind of owning. Now, is that about to change? I don't know. I don't know.
It's very possible. I mean, Automat kept that nether very close. It was just the overworld mishap with the shipwreck, and Automat picks the shipwreck. It's not a ban and can't find the magma ravine, and it's just over. So hopefully he can dodge that happening on this next seed. I mean, it has to. It's got to win 3 in a row. You have to start with the BT and then go from there. Start with the BT, and then you just got to play whatever Vstrid picks for you. And again, it's not like these overworlds will matter that much most of the time, but it is just possible to miss that magma ravine. It is possible to miss the lava pool. Priffin missed the lava pool in the match versus Hacks earlier this morning in the Taiga, so it is possible that you just don't see something, make a wrong decision, don't have enough info on the overworld, and could create a lot of variance. But at the BT, we'll see. Hopefully there's Kelp Nerdy. Hopefully the structures in the nether are close. Hopefully we got a fast seed, a close seed. Some very exciting stuff. Both runners instantly on this BT. First Triflint as well. That's huge.
Very nice.
Enough iron for shears as well. And a diamond sword. That's huge. It's a very, very crispy.
Why are we banning this? Why are we banning this, guys?
Crispy
Come
buried
on.
treasure.
It's so nice. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. But seriously, I do love these.
I know.
Seeds. They're
The
so
quality,
satisfying to watch.
I know. 6 salmon as well. Can't get much better than 6 salmon. And we'll see. Very, very similar overworld for both these players. Shearing the tree, grabbing a couple logs and leaving off the island, within a couple seconds of each other, heading the same way towards the same ravine. So it's real for Automat. It looks like he's committing to it. Gonna be real for Vstrid. Looks like he's committing to it. Cranking this 2-1.
Ooh,
Both
Automat makes a
runners.
mistake there. Vstrid does not make the mistake.
Yeah, has to find another L shape. That's some time loss for Automat. Mechanical portal mistake, and this is not good for
and
Automat.
punished for it.
I genuinely, can he just commit to some lava over here? He can. Wow, that could have been very bad for Automat.
Yeah.
Could have had like he was out. He was out of lava in that magma ravine, just fully out. Like maybe he forces it off of that L that he was kind of playing on the side of, but that was so ugly. I think he's very lucky that the lava ravine lake kind of thing was there the way that it was, because that looked like a very, very rough situation potentially for Automat.
Man, I will say, Vstrid. It's not a good start. Automat doesn't have not too many more mistakes he can make. You know what I'm saying? He's
No,
already
man, if Vstrid's
down.
playing on, this is a lot of time lost, and he's getting some food here, which could matter. I don't know if the piglin stole it, if he actually got any food there at all. I don't know, but Vstrid very ahead here. Automat needs to crank the blocks up to this bridge as well. We saw Vstrid mine some extra wood to build with. I think Automat made a gold pick pre-crafted to potentially mine some blocks to build with. But Vstrid just maybe 20 seconds ahead, 15 at least. Pretty substantial. But there hasn't been that much decision making left or in the seed so far.
Yep.
And default upper bridge route. Don't know where the fort is. Don't know if the runners have seen the fort. Vstrid trying to save these piglins. Oh, I like that. I like what Vstrid did there to save the bottom piglin there, mining one block instead of trying to, force them around the ceiling. And then making another gold block to aggro more pigs. Automat doing route that he was doing earlier, bringing these pigs along the edge here and then going under. Not bad. Tries to save some of the pigs over in the middle there. I like the idea here, and Automat's gonna have more pigs. Should, at least. So we will see Pyre coming out from Vstrid. Got the direction. There it is. Vstrid's gonna know where to go for that spawner. Does Automat like? I feel like it's so hard for him to catch up. Maybe he's got more pigs.
He needs a mistake or something bad to happen here to Vstrid. You know what I mean? I feel like something just needs to. Like, he's just a little behind right now. It's not game over, but yeah, there's something needs to go wrong here.
It is only
Vstrid's
like
doing.
20 seconds for Automat, and if he's got more pigs here, it's possible. He's got 19 obby. I think Vstrid's going to be throwing a pearl hang and leaving. So honestly, Automat with this whack Donkey Kong-esque route, bridging on the bottom, things like that, might have made up a lot of time. Yeah, looks like he's just fully leaving, so much closer than we thought. Yeah, look at how many, the more pigs is crazy. He's still got 19 obby. Vstrid 19 obby.
Wow.
And Automat's out the forward, so all this talk
There you
about
go.
Vstrid being very ahead, and it's just whatever this
There you go.
routing decision was from Automat worked perfectly. Wait, Vstrid has 19 obby. Do they know? What just happened? Oh, what happened? Why? Like, I don't think they were
What is
out
going
of
on?
gold. I don't know.
Something
mean,
weird is going on. I said something
they're
weird needs to happen on
lost.
Vstrid. Something bad needs to happen. This is that. This is that. Now Automat is firmly in the lead.
Yeah, I don't know why they left on 19. Like, it's in the hotbar too, so they should know. And I don't know if they left like obby, or yeah, going back to the Bastion maybe fully. Sure. Back to the Bastion. Okay, sure. So realizes that they left early. It felt like so deliberate that they just like unhung the pearl on 19. I don't know. But it's giving Automat a lot like a huge lead now. Maybe like over a minute, I feel like, because Vstrid basically just made no progress, right? Like just absolutely no progress. So we definitely Automat's game to lose now. Double spawner
Yeah.
as well. Just noticed that.
I wonder if
I mean, there's so much time saved now for Automat, or like time in the lead, for a better way to say it. I don't know if Vstrid just like I really don't know. I mean, it's just one mistake, right? Like you leave on 19 instead of 20, but it was such a punishing
it's a huge
mistake
mistake.
because it
Yeah.
just took them a while to realize that they left, and then you're committed a couple pearls away from the Bastion. You have to go back. Like it's just brutal, and it's not a good thing to have happen. Automat already going to second portal chords. Very clearly an Automat seed if he can clutch up the nav and clutch up the 0. I mean, Vstrid is going to be close. Has the 6 rods, but the double spawner was fast for Automat too. The stronghold is far away, so it's gonna still be very hard for Vstrid to catch up. Because if Automat just plays well, oh wow, No strong nerdy. Oh no, did
Oh
he
my God.
miss?
Okay, no, surely it's just like right here, and
Yeah,
it's just
surely it
a
just
nearby case.
surely it just snapped weirdly, right? Surely it just snapped weirdly, right? And it didn't actually miss.
Oh my God, if Vstrid comes back and wins, that would be crazy.
Surely Automatt didn't miss the
Oh, that's not a good sign, I feel
stronghold,
like.
right?
It's up here, guys. It's up here, I swear, it's up here. It's definitely up here. Just a few more. Just it needs to be a couple more mines here.
I
Like
think
5 more
that
blocks.
Automatt missed by a lot. Let's see how bad it is. He's got an invite on the screen. 749, and you just gotta
And that's all we
go.
gave. Guys.
I mean, yeah, if Vstrid's gonna be in the stronghold right now, like -100,
What if he misses? No,
-194.
guys. Vstrid will miss too. Vstrid will miss too. That's the code.
No,
That's the
Vstrid heading towards the right chords. Look at this, -100, -194. We see them at -194. There it is. Vstrid's going to be eye spying. I don't know. Automatt trying to measure another eye. Not confident, maybe some desync, not entirely confident, but there it is. Gonna affirm to him that he did in fact mismeasure and potentially threw his entire playoffs hopes away with one missed ninbot. I mean, Vstrid's so far ahead. Arnott's got to travel 600 blocks, a minute and a half. Vstrid in the portal room already, 4-eye.
Wow.
If he zeros, it's
Kind of
just
sad.
over. Has the explosives for it. Are we going to go for the 1 and 8s? We are going to go for the 1 and 8s.
Let's see.
92. 4, 3, 2, up. Nicely set up. 1 and 8, always a bit weird with the KB. That's very low, but keeps the dragon up. Wow.
Yeah.
Some crazy damage on those 4 beds. Might be a 5-bed 0. It is. And that's it, Nerdy. Another 3-0 today. Vstrid almost dying there to the dragon, actually, at the end, but that's going to do it.
That is
Automatt,
crazy. That is crazy. I was not expecting that. The way that
Yeah,
happened.
just mismeasuring, and he's digging down to the stronghold right now, but it's just too late. It was just a mismeasure, and that's how it goes in this game sometimes, Nerdy. Sometimes Vstrid, you make one mistake, you leave on 19. How much time do you lose? 2 minutes, right? Enter Bastion 30 seconds faster, enter Fortress a minute 30 slower. You lose 2 minutes for getting 1 obsidian. How much time do you lose for mismeasuring? Going to the wrong offset? 5 minutes. And the seeds, and it's over. It's just not, some mistakes are not created equal, Nerdy. Unfortunately, Automatt made the bigger mistake. And Vstrid continues the upset streak with a 3-0. Let's throw it over to our bracket. See what we have in store for us tomorrow, Nerdy. Anko Boy versus Hacks, Loki versus Vstrid. We've seen Anko Boy in the playoffs a lot before. He's gotten third in a playoffs, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. But I think he's gotten third in a playoffs in season 2. Anko Boy did get third place, but he's been in all of the playoffs so far. So formidable opponent. Hacking Noise is obviously second place last season. Took out Priffin today, who beat him last season in the finals. Loki, our season 2 winner, and Vstrid on their best playoffs run so far.
Who's winning,
trying to
Robert?
make.
Who's taking the dub? Who's taking
winning?
the overall dub? Who's taking it? You gotta commit now.
I committing right now. I'm gonna say Loki.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna
I'm gonna
say.
say Happy Noises. I'm gonna say he wins from last year.
Watching Low Key play versus Danny today.
Yeah.
Low Key made Danny Boy look like a bad Minecraft player, and I know Danny Boy's not a bad Minecraft player. Low Key was just playing that good. Like there, genuinely, I think one mistake in 3 seeds is just incredible. You know what I mean? I think if Low Key can play like that, I don't think anybody can win a best of 7 through that amount of consistency, that amount of speed. Yeah. Danny, I wasn't even roasting you. You're twisting what I said. I said, okay.
Listen.
Guys.
I'm gonna go with Hacking Noises. I feel like Hacking Noises also played very well today, and end of the day, I remember last season, Hacking Noises, couldn't beat Priffin in the finals, and that was the only thing holding him back. Today, he beat Priffin, so I don't know. I think nothing's stopping him. You know what I'm saying?
It was a pretty clean victory against Priffin, not a 3-0, but like won the first 2 seeds pretty commandingly, and then just one mistake in seed 3 got him close, and then I feel like anybody could win though, for sure. Like in best of 5s, right? Like all these seeds, a lot of them come down to one mistake, like someone makes one mistake that is just 2 to 3 minutes, and it's just like the other person can make some minor mistakes here and there. Doesn't really matter. But it's whoever's making that big mistake. That's all that really matters. And we've seen all the runners in our bracket in the semifinals right now have multiple seeds where they make no big mistakes. And the matches are close, or they just blow the other player out of the water because the other player makes a big mistake. So I think anybody can win. But like I said, I think Low Key is just going to make the least of those big mistakes. And I think he's got the best chance of winning tomorrow.